Today on this James the Bike Guy, we're checking out one of the first bikes to ship with Shimano's brand new 12-speed Ultegra R8100 drivetrain. And man, is it a fitting bike. This is the super fast Trek Madone. And for 2022, the SL7 is now available with that Ultegra 12-speed drivetrain. So in this video, we're going to check out the specs and features of this Trek Madone, and I'll have linked down in the description below and just above right now to my SL6 video, which will go a lot more in depth into the frame set. But today, we're checking out the 12-speed drivetrain in the freezing cold. And before we get into talking too much about the drivetrain, let's do a quick chat about the frame set here. Now this, of course, being the SL level, means that this is coming with Trek's 500 series OCLV carbon fiber. If it was an SLR version, it would come with the 800 series carbon. So this is the more basic carbon, and the Madone itself, being an Aero road bike, is only available in carbon. Now this also being an Aero road bike means all internal cable routing. You can see everything is super slender and smooth, and if you look through, the front end is just menacing like a knife. It's incredible how snug everything comes together. But the neat thing with the SL version is you can see it's got traditional cable routing for the cables into the handlebar and a traditional stem and bar combo. So everything goes together through these spacers, which makes it a lot easier to get your cockpit. You don't have to have one of those fully integrated setups. And then another neat thing about it is you can see that the spacer for the top cap moves along with the handlebar. And that allows a ton of adjustment, either by removing spacers or adjusting that amount, and then you can go all the way down to slammed. Going further into the bike, internal cable routing, you've got this bladed carbon fiber front fork with a through axle, and then the down tube, which has an impressively sized Trek decal on it, uses their KVF tube shape. What KVF is it's a camtail tube shape, which is effectively like an airfoil shape to the frame, which comes through and then is flat and truncated on the top. Allows us to have a virtual airfoil shape, which helps makes it super fast. And this allows them to fit the tube shape into UCI requirements and save some weight, but have the benefit of a much larger aero section. Same with the seat tube, truncated airfoil, your seat stays and chain stays, which all go down to this threaded T47 bottom bracket. And one of the neat party tricks with this frame is that your seat post goes internal into the frame. It's got a bolt system right on the back here, which is covered by that nice safety first reflector. But what's really cool about it is it uses Trek's IsoSpeed technology, which is basically a bearing system right underneath this cap that allows that seat post to flex fore and aft. And it's a little tough to see here, but you'll notice that the seat post going in runs along this almost leaf spring action as it goes through. So that IsoSpeed is damped via this piece, is a small piece that you can adjust front to back to stiffen or soften how much flex you'll get out of the back end of the bike. And essentially when you adjust that, you adjust just how stiff or how soft the back end of the bike feels, so you can dial it in to the feel of your ride. And check out this drivetrain. If you can't tell already, I'm pretty excited about this. This is the first Ultegra 12-speed drivetrain I've seen. I did check out the Dura-Ace drivetrain, which you can see in the link in the title card just above. But here we've got Ultegra, which is the drivetrain that's going to help bring it to the masses. Now, this going 12-speed is long overdue because, of course, SRAM has had 12-speed on their Rival, their Force, and their Red drivetrains, and the Ultegra system here comes in at that Force level. So in back, you've got the brand new 12-speed 8100 rear derailleur, and this rear derailleur is running the longer cage, which is going to allow it to go up to 34-tooth rear cassette. But stock on this bike is going to be an 11 to 30-tooth 12-speed cassette, which allows them to keep nice tight ratios that then are driving forward to this mid-compact crankset. By mid-compact, that means this is a 52-36 chainring combination. Now, a traditional standard would have been a 53-39, which is what you used to see on race bikes back in the day, and more modern endurance bikes and things like that come with a 50-34. So by combining that 52-36 with an 11-30 out back, you're going to have climbing gear ratios similar to if you were running a 50-34 and say a 28-tooth out back, but the top speed that gets much closer to traditional standard drivetrain. And shifting everything up front is going to be through these hydraulic and Di2 shifters. So what's real neat here is instead of having true lever blades, you're going to have an inside button to click to harder gear, and the whole lever over, or this larger paddle I should say, clicks you to an easier gear. And then of course hydraulic brakes going down to 2 piston calipers on the front and the rear with 160 millimeter rotors. But the neat thing with these shifters is the positioning has been upgraded for this year, and the reach definitely feels a lot better. It's also gotten more slender and narrow around where you grab, so you can get a much better purchase on the handlebar. And then you're going to have things like a button right up top, which you can dial in to either adjust your Garmin that you set up on top or be a shifting function as well. All that is going to be adjustable in Shimano's eTube software, which allows you to customize what the buttons do for the shifting on the back end. Now that we're up in the cockpit, we can check out the parts here, and it's going to start off with this Elite Aero handlebar. This is a alloy handlebar. Of course, it's got an Aero section right here. It's a longer reach and drop, so definitely going to allow you to get into that more aggressive position. And it's connected up via traditional 1.125" steer tube to 31.8 bar clamp with this aluminum blender stem. Now the neat thing with blender is you can install adapters to be able to fit your Garmin, lights, stuff like that without having to have anything attached directly to the handlebar, which is going to help keep things tight and Aero, but also looking real clean. And out back is going to be the Aeolus comp saddle. So the Aeolus comp saddle is a truncated saddle, which basically means the front is lopped off, and so that allows a little less pressure on the perineum. Nice cutout through the saddle for a comfortable place to perch yourself up on. And finally, connecting yourself to the road is through some aerodynamic Aeolus Pro 5 wheels. These are going to be a nice deep profile rim, tubeless ready, and laced up to through axle Bontrager hubs in the front and the rear. And these tubeless ready wheels are going to be running some Bontrager R3 tires. The R3 tire that comes on this bike is a 700 by 25, although you can fit a bit wider inside of the fork and rear triangle of the bike. But this should make for a nice fast rolling tire, and something if you wanted to go tubeless in the future, you could replace these tires with some rim strips and valves and you'd be good to go. The actual weight of the Trek Madone SL7 with 12-speed Ultegra comes in and weighs 19.36 pounds and a size 58. Thanks for watching this video on the 2022 Trek Madone SL7. Personally, I'm super excited to see one of the first bikes with the Ultegra 12-speed drivetrain, and this SL7 is one heck of a fast way to do it. So go ahead and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. While you're at it, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It lets me know that you enjoyed the video, and definitely hit subscribe so that way you can see more videos like this in the future.